Oh man. I guess we are just some suckers for fame because we are now 7 episodes into one of the greatest forms of television in history. Grab your tissues, get ready for some emotional damage as we dive into everyone's new favorite post-apocalyptic drama, as well as a film that turned out to be one wild ride, plus our expectations for another film that looks like it's going to be an absolute knockout. Ding, ding, ding. What's clicking, Podvengers? Welcome back to another episode of the Podtastic Four. It's your boy, Pablo Escobar Blacksby. And today I have with me Queef Karga and Cocaine. Anyways, Cocaine Shane. We are here and ready to discuss our reaction to the 7th episode of HBO's The Last of Us, plus a film that was as wild as it sounded, and a film that's going to be 12 rounds of just pure heart. But before we do all that, we need y'all
who ghostwrites all your jokes? All these intro jokes. You're just on fire, bro. You don't miss.
He's just that guy. You know? He's just doing it.
You're him, Jones.
Him, Jones. Timothy Chalamet. Himmer Fredette. Himmerson Ford. You know, Hillary Clinton. All of it.
Hillary Clinton.
Before we get into our topic discussions, we need y'all to Hulk smash that MF subscribe button so you do not miss out on the most entertaining podcast on the planet. Now, without further ado, let's get ready to rumble. Okay, I'm done being stupid.
Should we explain what's up with the energy real quick so people aren't like...
Yeah, so about today's episode. Today's episode is unofficially sponsored by Four Loko, thus causing this episode to be dubbed the Podtastic Four Loko. Each of us have our own flavor of Four Loko.
Why?
And
who knows?
Hey, we just do it. We just do what we do because we can, because we're them guys. We are him. We are Venom.
Oh, fuck. I've never had one before ever in my life.
And what we can tell is that he loves Four Loko and that he's very happy to be unofficially sponsored by them, right?
Yes. It's the most delicious drink I have ever had in my entire life.
Don't look at
it is so tasty. Yum.
We also got the worst flavor.
I didn't.
Me and all the real Four Loko stands, Four Lokoers we call ourselves.
For Lokins, if you will.
Four Lokins.
The Four Loquitos.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Man.
Big Four Lokos got you in their pockets.
I'm an intern, bro. I don't even get paid.
That's exactly. There's no checks coming in. But you know what did come in? You know what check did come in? That HBO check came in. I got the ice on me. The Shield checks came in. We're just excited to talk about, The Last of Us. But before we do that, not to go on a little tangent, but there was some cool MCU news that we got recently. Steven Yeun is joining the cast of the upcoming Thunderbolts film. And the word on the street is that he may be playing the Sentry, bro.
That's fucking
crazy. This is crazy. I'm so excited. I wonder how this is going to go down. I would love to see him absolutely throw down in this role. I can't wait to see, Sentry, Silver Surfer in the future, Storm and some more characters in the future of the MCU. But, speaking of Storm, let's talk about Storm Reed and her performance in the most recent episode of The Last of Us.
Wow. Dang. Wow, what a segue.
Immaculate transition. I've been waiting for this.
Man.
That wasn't planned. Matt just does that.
He's too good with it, baby.
I'd be freestyling.
Literally, all it says in the outline is immaculate transition. And he did it.
I'd be off the dome for freestyling. I ghostwrite sometimes. Oh man. But yeah, Storm Reed and her dynamic with Bella Ramsey. Let's just talk about how amazing this episode was. Like, it was incredible.
Let's talk about it. Did y'all like this episode of The Last of Us?
I did.
Absolutely. it made me sad. It made me cry. Made me piss down my leg in that one scene. Y'all know the one. I was sick to my stomach. I thought she was gonna, Henry herself after they got bit. But overall, just the way that they're like we said in the last however many episodes we've done, a bunch of episodes on The Last of Us. I think that's like the majority of this first season of this channel has been The Last of Us, and then obviously the other movies that we talked about. But just the way they're going from, like we said, the high intensity episode to a little bit more emotionally driven episode. I like how this one played out because we got to see Ellie's backstory. We got to see Riley. We got to see that connection that she built. We got to see her form of loss. So we've seen, Joel's loss. We know what he's been dealing with all this time. Yeah. So it's good to have that kind of.
It was nice to have an Ellie-centric episode. Very interesting. And I really liked it from the point of view of, like, we've seen Bella Ramsey. We know what an amazing performer they are. We know what good an actor they are. But it's always different whenever you're sharing the scene. Like this was like an episode completely focused on them. Like they're the main character. Like they're in every scene. They're driving propelling this entire episode forward. It all lies on their back. And to see an actor of their age that, so young, carry such an emotional, powerful episode on their back, literally, it's such an amazing thing to see, because it just goes to show like what a bright future they have. Bella Ramsey as an actor and as a performer, and the fact that they were able to pull that off and show such emotional
depth,
character, right? They literally went from the entire spectrum, from happiness and joy to despair and anguish and everything in between. It's so effortlessly, and not once did it feel forced. It felt so natural, and they're amazing, man. Like I can't stop singing their praises because they were great. And I mean, and Storm Reid was great too. Like considering she only came in for one episode, and had to do a lot of work, and it's really hard to keep up with an actor that's as good as Bella Ramsey. But man, Storm Reid pulled her own, and she did great, man. Considering, like we said, she only had one episode to do as much as she has, and Bella Ramsey has had the entirety of the season. But man, it was just another great episode. What a surprise! Another great episode of television by fucking The Last of Us team, man. It was great, man. I think, and I really want to point out how, and Fabio, you can speak more on this since you played the game most recently, but just like what a good. Did you play the DLC? Did you play Left Behind? Oh, you haven't played it.
Oh, okay. Man.
Well,
all of it was all new.
Oh, that was all new information for you.
I couldn't. It was hard.
Okay.
So bro got spoiler alerted for the video game.
I just want to say, like, what a good, like, it was basically like it was a perfect like retelling of exactly what the DLC was, and it was just beautifully executed, man. They fucking did it, man.
And isn't that what Neil Druckmann was talking about in that last, Craig Mazin was talking about in that last behind the episode, how they want to do some things like one for one, telling, one for one adaptation from the creation of the game. I mean, not the game, of the show, doing a one for one, like bar for bar, scene for scene, making it just go exactly like it went down in the source material. That's great. That's something that, not to tangent again, that's something that DC needs to pick up and understand, because why the hell is Batman killing people? And don't let me get started. Let me chill. Because that's another episode, another day. Bro.
Wrong episode.
Catch us in the future. If you're not subscribed yet, you need to subscribe now, because we got more stuff coming up. Shameless plug. Anyways, back to the important stuff. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find anything wrong with this show. I haven't found anything wrong with it yet. Mm-hmm. It's hard to. This is gonna be one of the highest rated shows in the last 5-10 years. And of course, we got House of the Dragon. We've got
which has its problems. House of the Dragon has its problems, and that's from a diehard House of the Dragons fan.
He's a stan. He Luis actually dyed his hair blonde, but we had to tell him to dye it back black so we don't get copyrighted by
HBO.
So we don't lose that shield check.
Yeah, I had to cut my hair because I look too much like Jon Snow. They didn't want me to,
Oh my
start charging people.
Jon Snow.
What I was going to say was, oh man, I lost my train of thought. I was just going to say something about like how, just like how powerful like every episode of the show seems to be, right?
Ooh, like, I'll bring up something.
Go for it.
I was going to say I like seeing, we've only seen Fedra in a very outside looking in light.
Yes, I was about to mention this. Yes,
and seeing the inside of Fedra, it just makes me hate them even more because this shit.
Really? I mean, see, I took the other. I get
what they're going for. Like they're like, oh, we're the good. We're trying to help the world and keep order and restore order. Who does that sound like to you?
No, but look, this is how I took it. I took it as again, and I mentioned this. I think I'd mentioned this in the first, like in the second, when we talked about episode 2. I think I'd mentioned that fact that Craig Mazin is writing this world. I mean, this world is existing in like a lot of like gray area. Everything is nuanced. Every character is nuanced, and every kind of what's it called? Societal structure in this world is nuanced, and that goes to show, and that goes to show that that's even the case for governments, right? Fedra in the last couple of episodes with Henry and Sam, we got to see the absolute worst of them, right? We heard about all the horrendous shit that Fedra did to the people of Kansas City, right?
Fedra Pack.
Exactly, and yet in this episode, they I feel like they pretty successfully managed to humanize some of the people. There you go. It's just people who are existing, trying to make the most of this shitty situation that they have found themselves in. Like that guy who was basically the I forget what he was.
Captain Kwong.
Yeah, Captain Kwong. Exactly. He cares about Ellie and he wants her to do well. And he's like, I see so much potential in you, and if you're able to focus that energy in positive ways, then you'll basically make the most of this very shitty life that we have and just try to ease by and coast and live pretty well, all things considered. And I was just like, that's a very interesting thing to show us, right? Because up until now, we're just like, fuck Fedra. Every aspect of them, they're a fascist government and they're garbage and they're shitty. But that just goes to show you that even within fascist governments, there are still people who find themselves kind of a victim of their situations, right, or of their surroundings and environments, right, trying to make the most of it, trying to survive, and trying to live. And I thought that this episode handled that very well. And again, it goes back to that word that I've nuance, right? And it's just like if you're able to write nuance well, then it works, right? Because real life is nuanced. Human beings are nuanced. And so if you're able to display that on screen well, people are going to be like, this world feels so real and so lived in. And so it feels like I can relate to it because it's true, right? Because you can relate to the good people and the quote unquote bad people. And you can see that the good people do shitty things and the bad people aren't necessarily all that terrible. And you're just like, this is so great because it feels so realistic, quote unquote, in a sense. But I thought, I think that's a very good point that you brought up, and I thought that was a very good way for them to manage and handle that.
Well, yeah, it makes it really, grounded is the word I was looking for, because we're dealing with the sci-fi, chaotic, post-apocalyptic thing, but like still there's that human element that's in there, and a lot of, at the risk of sounding like one of those normal complainers on Twitter, some of these most recent projects that we've seen, they kind of lack that bit of humanity. I'm not saying every single project has to be some type of piece on the human condition and on the world, and it has to be a societal analysis.
Right. It doesn't
sometimes
have to,
movies
analyze the human condition and what it means to be human and whatever.
Some movies just need to be dumb fun, like the ones we're about to talk about. But otherwise, there's some movies that even within certain genres, they should have that human element. And I think we might need to do a like a sub episode or a sub tangent one day and just dive into that. Which movies could have been better with this type of, kind of dissect different films and see where they could have gone. But yeah, there's some films that deserve just that splash of humanity that would have taken it to another level. But I digress. I haven't been given the writer's room green light yet. I haven't been given the studios, what's it called? The studio access to change scripts. But
I also want to mention how, because anytime there's anything that shows LGBTQIA people
exactly what I was going to say.
in a positive light, and media trolls just love to go on about something. I just want to mention like how wonderful it is that we got this. First of all, it's true to the source material. Ellie is gay in the game. We talked about this before, so fuck all of you homophobic pieces of shit. And I just
includes the infected person in the show. They saw two gay people having fun and said, "No, I'm gonna fuck both their days up."
Yeah, exactly.
That's a direct comparison to homophobia in America and in the world. You homophobes are the infected, bro, and I'm coming for you. I hope you know this.
But I just want to mention like how I just thought like all that like to the side, just like what a beautiful like depiction of like just a relationship that those two women had, just the and that, a lot of that goes back to the acting, like what wonderful performers Storm Reed and Bella Ramsey are. But I just thought that was such a sweet, like kind, like wonderful relationship, like budding relationship about like your first love and like being young and in love and kids like figuring themselves out and the fact that you're able to find like again those moments of humanity in a world that's so chaotic and so shitty, right? It's just that balance is so beautiful because you're stuck in an abandoned mall, right? That's the setting of this episode, is an abandoned mall, and Ellie is discovering a lot of these things and a lot of new things that we take for granted, like a carousel. We take it for granted in our lives. She's discovering these things for the first time, and it's this beautiful, wonderful, magical experience for her. And the fact that she's able to share those with someone who she loves, it's just so beautiful, man. It's just fantastic. And I'm so glad we got to see such a positive reflection of young love without any cynicism or toxicity. It was just two young women in love with each other. And it was just depicted so beautifully on screen. And I just think that's something that we should praise, because oftentimes a lot of those relationships or just relationships in general can be marred by cynicism, but I think they approached it in a very empathetic and a very loving and beautiful way. And, I want to give them their flowers like I always do,
and it felt very like natural. It didn't feel like kind of, and I mean, it's in the game, the source material, it's in the game's DLC, but like it didn't feel like shoehorned in. They're like, oh, hey, we're going to just throw in.
It wasn't a Dumbledore.
So we get representation points.
It wasn't a Dumbledore type situation.
Yeah.
She decided 10 years after, yeah, sure, he can be gay. That's fine.
Yeah. They wanted to.
Yeah, like, we can have one gay person in there. It's cool.
They wanted to be inclusive in the proper. They want to be inclusive in a proper way, rather than like making it seem like they're just doing it to get points. Get tokens.
Like, it didn't seem like it was. They didn't make her gay or whatever to like you said, like to check off a certain checklist. It's like Ellie and Riley are these human beings, these characters that exist in this world. It so happens that they're queer. Like it's like yes, and that's that's exactly how these characters should exist, and that's exactly how these characters should be depicted. They're human beings with wants and likes and desires and needs and flaws and hopes and dreams, and it just so happens that they're gay, right?
It was like Bill and Frank.
Whatever. They're part of the LGBTQIA community, and it's like yes, that's exactly how it should be. Like these things shouldn't feel, and you can feel when companies or movies or TV shows feel like they need to fill out or check off a diversity quota, and that's why they're including these characters. and they don't feel fleshed out, and they don't feel like humans, and they don't feel like they exist. And
anytime they happen to do anything that could be seen as queer or representation of who they are, it's very easily cut out for different audiences, right?
Yes, exactly.
Whenever it's in that
example,
kind of,
it's easy for them to backpedal and be
Black
like, "Oh no, they're
Panther, fucking Star Wars, all of it." They're just like, they just cut it out. They're like, yeah, we'll sprinkle it in for y'all, but if they don't want to see it, they won't see it, right? But
yeah, we can just
what I like about like The Last of Us is it's there, and there's no fucking ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's there.
It treats it very matter of factly, right?
Yes.
Like, hey, we're in the storytelling business. Guess what? We're telling stories about human beings, and guess what? Queer people exist. Oh my god, that's fucking crazy. They're gay? No way. Exactly. It's just like, yeah, it happens. They're real. They exist, and we're telling stories. And guess what? It includes them because they're very much part of normal everyday existence as society. And so I think, like you said, it's a very wonderful, beautiful, kind of powerful thing, that they're treating it so matter of factly, and these are such fleshed out, beautiful, wonderful, developed characters, and I just think, that's very important to point out, because Riley Storm, what's her name?
Storm Reed.
Storm Reed was getting a lot of shit on social media, of course,
which I don't understand why. I mean, have y'all seen Euphoria, right?
Yeah.
And her character was basically like 90% of the time she was crying and like rebelling and acting. She displayed a lot of emotions. So I kind of knew what was coming in here. And Storm Reed is a phenomenal actress. You people who are hating are missing out. And if you are missing out and you want to see more of her acting, you should watch her movie Missing, which should still be in theaters right now.
Yes, go check out Missing.
That's another immaculate transition. I had to do it. But no, for real, she's great. She has a bright future ahead of her. I want to see her in more projects moving forward. I want to see her range so we can really, watch her acting chops. But this episode was great. We got to see her be like this kind of mischievous, rebellious figure, to contrast past Ellie's more so. I want to be part of the system. I want to do my part.
What I was going to say is, I think this really adds on to like what a great actor, Bella Ramsey is, and like what a great character Ellie is, because the fact that like obviously, right, if you start studying the character, you start thinking about like this is like the way Ellie acts the way she does because she's putting up walls and it's all a facade and it's all a shield, and she likes to treat everything with lightheartedness and humor because that's like a coping mechanism for her or whatever, right?
She's just like me.
Right, but a lot of the criticism I've heard, and from a lot of really like popular podcasters that I listen to about
like
Ellie's
us
character in particular, was that people were saying that she's too spunky and they didn't really like her and they felt like that she was too much. I didn't agree with that from the get-go or from the beginning.
She's probably more toned down than she is in the game. What are they talking about?
Right?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. No. But in my head, I was just like, this episode just goes to show and proves to you like what a perfect like decisions as an actress that Bella Ramsey that Bella Ramsey is making that are phenomenal, and that just goes to show you like what a great character Ellie is and what a great performer Bella Ramsey is, and just like that great like what a great arc they're having and Ellie's having as a character, because you get to see everything she's been through, she has gone through, and the fact that she is the way that she is despite everything. There's still kind of a sense of hope and inside of her, despite everything she's lived through and seen. And I just think that's, I don't know, it's just it's handled so great. That's such a hard thing to pull off, especially for an actor of that age that's so young. And it's beautifully handled.
I can also attribute that to, or I can, what was the word I was looking for? I messed that up. What you just said, and her age really helps her character too, because that gives that, even with all the dark and gruesome and horrible things that have gone on in her life, there's still that childlike wonder and that childlike hope and optimism that still exists amidst all the darkness. Child. Exactly.
Yeah. She's still a baby.
Yeah. So and that's a good counterbalance to Joel, right? Who's
been old and grizzled and
lost and cynical.
I was about to say exactly the same thing. We're on the same page. The Four Loko is Four Lokoing right now.
It's connecting.
Like I was really like, it's really like It's just great. This is how you and we've said this for the last like 6-7 reviews of this show. This is what you do when you get great actors, great performers, and a great script. You can have phenomenal actors and have a shit script, and you have a dog shit ass project. I'm not going to start listing things off, but we'll get there one day. But this is how you do a phenomenal piece of work. I am so proud of the entire team on this show. This is something we're going to be talking about for years and years to come. And of course, there's going to be more seasons coming up. So there you go. But yeah, this episode overall was fantastic. What is y'all's thumbs up, thumbs down on this episode? What's y'all's feeling on it? 2 thumbs. If I could lift my feet up, if I could lift my feet up and put my big toes up, that's thumbs. 4 thumbs up.
4 of them.
I'm all for it. All for
it.
Phenomenal.
Would y'all give it out of 10?
Ooh,
easily.
I give it an 8.5. Yeah, 8.5 out of 10.
I can't remember what I gave the last 2. It's just slightly under it, just because I love Joel so much.
Right.
I know. I don't want to say that. I know. I want to value our time that we have with Joel. Okay.
Yes.
I want to see more of Joel.
Leave it at that. Just leave it at that. That's already too much.
No. I just want to see as much Joel as possible. I think that's
of
fair.
Course.
And I like that we take these little detours, like episode 3, and this is episode 7, and I like that we get to flesh out other people. I fucking love Joel, and the fact that I love Joel, and now we've what's that Dragon Ball Z one where they do that thing?
Fusion. Now
that we fused him with Pedro Pascal,
yeah,
I just there's so much love in my heart for Joel, and I want to see so much more of him. And
I feel like,
but this episode is still fucking great despite that, because we get a little bit of him. But like you said, was it Storm Reed and Bella Ramsey just fucking killed the game?
They killed him, man.
Great. We love to see LGBTQIA representation in media. We love it. If you're homophobic, fuck you. I don't care. Your mom's a hoe. Like, it doesn't matter. We like to see it, and we want to see more. And we will.
Homophobia pack.
We're smoking up.
But yeah, I think it's great. I give it like
banger. Absolute banger.
7.5 or 8 thereabouts. Again, I mean, it's a great, phenomenal, fucking fantastic episode. But much like you, like I'm incredibly biased, and I just love Pedro Pascal so much that I love what he's doing in the show. That I'm just like, and I'm just like a fucking cishet like fucking dude, right? So I'm just like, I want like action, I want zombies, and I want gun, I want
to see heads blowing up,
blow up, fucking shit up. So it's just like I know that there's more of that, and I want more of it. So I'm like, I'm craving for it. I'm sure on a rewatch once the entire season's over, I'd be like, okay, that was phenomenal, and like because my anxiety and my wanting certain things that I know are coming, like I'm so anxious and looking forward to that. Everything. So I get that. I'm like, Mr. But next episode.
Mr. Cishead, you're gonna get your wish. You're gonna get your wish next episode. Yeah, I was about to say.
Fuck. And look, that's gonna be
the next.
Did you see a familiar face in there too?
Yeah, Troy Baker, baby.
Yes,
Dallas natives, Troy Baker, baby.
I don't like seeing Troy Baker in person.
That's not. Oh, you don't?
No,
you're not
a hater.
No, I love Troy Baker. I don't like looking at him. I want to see because I think of Joel when I think of Troy Baker. It's just that little guy.
Yeah, he doesn't look like Joel. So
he doesn't look like Joel at all.
Yeah,
he's like, that's called voice acting, my boy.
That is, yes.
You think D. Bradley Baker's going to look like all 2 million clones?
Here's the thing, also. I think next episode is going to be a very Ellie focused episode as well.
It is,
and I think Bella Ramsey has proven that they can carry
easily. They
can carry an emotionally driven, character focused episode. I'm very curious to see. I know they're going to kill it, but I'm very excited to see how they're going to handle a next episode, which is going to be very action based.
It's kind of like
scary and like thrilling, and it's gonna have its emotional moments. And it's like next episode is gonna fuck, dude, so hard. And I know that, and man, I'm just so excited. There's a particular scene I sent 5 to TikTok from the game that involves Joel that I'm very excited for, and I really hope we get it.
There's 2 very specific Joel and Ellie scenes that if I don't get, I'm going to fucking wherever they film this, and I'm going to
blow my brains out.
I'm going to take a shit wherever they're filming on camera. If I don't see 1 and 2, I'm going to lose my mind because they're so fucking good.
They were, I'm sure.
Villain origin would start right there.
Right there.
Black suit Spider-Man theme will start playing.
Amazing show, amazing episode.
Phenomenal.
I'm glad we have. What's up?
I was saying, since we just mentioned the next episode, what's your what is it? What's our early prediction? What's our thumbs up, thumbs down prediction on this episode?
No, that's gonna be every episode in this whole series is gonna be thumbs up.
There's no way they fuck this up.
It's gonna be a 9.5.
Cook.
It's gonna be a 9.5.
I'm a name drop. I'm a name drop.
9.9.
I don't think it matters. But David, I know is gonna be a fucking character.
Yes,
and I'm gonna love to see what they do to his bitch ass. Because I'm ready.
Casting has been on point up until this point,
absolutely.
And I've seen that actor before. I forget what exactly, and I'm sorry I'm not remembering his name.
He always plays the same kind of guy, though.
Yeah, exactly. But I've seen him in a lot of I think I've seen him in some comedy stuff, which is what's very interesting. If I have my bearings on.
You're talking about Scott Shepherd, right?
I think so. Yeah, the guy plays David. But anyways, I think.
I'm Googling.
Next episode is going to be a fucking banger.
Phenomenal.
He's going to kill it. I hope they give Troy Baker. I hope they give Troy Baker some time to cook.
He will. I believe it.
They know.
They're not
gonna let him steal. He's gonna be a cameo, just like who was it? Jeremy was in what was it? 4 and 5.
No, because he played Tommy. Troy Baker plays Joel. They're gonna let him
think
cook.
about who Troy Baker is playing in the. You remember James? Because I remember James. The fuck did he do?
Yes, but Craig adaptation though.
Oh, you're right. They can
Tom,
change
the guy who plays Tommy. His character didn't exist in the game. They added him.
What's his name? That boy got packed out too.
Yeah,
he got done nasty.
Craig Mazin can't expand James's role in the show. Of course he can, and he will.
Away from David.
No, it'll add. Watch. We're gonna be here next week, and we're gonna review that episode. And we're gonna be like, damn, Troy Baker cooked, man. Troy Baker cooked. We're gonna be like, good shit, Craig Mazin, for writing an incredible character and allowing him to expand on a character we didn't know everything we said up until this point about this show. We're gonna say exactly the same thing about next week's episode, except we're gonna be like, that's fucking amazing,
right?
And that was so awesome, and and so I'm at this point, I'm just like every episode's gonna be a banger. I'm just ready and excited to see every episode.
What they have left. It's just like it's impossible to not have a fucking banger of an episode. What they have. Oh my fucking god!
Straight up, the greatest. It's gonna be some of the greatest TV ever because of the stuff that happens in the game. This is gonna be some of the greatest TV ever. And I'm not gonna say when they do it right, because they're going to do it right. They've been doing it. We're past the point of if. They never fail. I trust Craig Mazin with my life. He can he can do my taxes. He can cook my dinner, all that. He can do everything. I trust him. I trust him. Neil Druckmann, I trust him. Bro, you see the shield check came through.
I trust Craig. I don't know about Neil.
I do trust Craig. So this is gonna go very well. I'm just excited to see how things go moving forward, the last 2 episodes. And then into the next season. I will really want to see how they fold this into the next season with The Last of Us 2. And just kind of moving forward past, y'all will see. You'll see. You'll see. It's going to get wild, but not as wild as this movie that we saw this past weekend. Man, I'm telling you right now, greatest piece of cinematic experience.
Shut up.
Hey, let's go.
He said,
"Oh, brother, this guy stinks."
No, man, look. my name is Pablo Escobar right now. We're talking about Cocaine Bear. Let's go. Can I get some claps in the chat?
Yeah, 100%. But as a disclaimer, I have not seen this movie yet. I will.
You don't need to.
I think we should play a game though, where I try to guess the plot of the movie, and you guys
go for it.
You guys let me know how close I am.
All right, go for it.
Before we do our review, we'll let her.
Are you gonna go from start to finish?
Start to finish? I think I can.
Yeah.
And you guys tell me like percentage wise how accurate I am.
Okay,
I'm not gonna
go
do
for
like character details or anything. But
go for it.
So I think at the beginning of the movie, we open up to a very generic what is it, like 80s song probably, and then there's either a plane or a helicopter.
100%.
And it's flying It's flying over this forest. And they're talking shit. It's probably a Colombian person flying it, knowing Elizabeth Banks, and they drop cocaine into the forest. It's like, fuck, we gotta drop it. We can't get caught with this, so they drop it in the forest. So we'll come back for it later.
Okay.
And this bear happens to find it, and I don't know who the main characters are. I just know Alden Ehrenreich is in it, so I'm assuming they're like
Ice Cube Jr.
They give me
Baby Cube.
They give me like what's the word? Summer camp counselor vibes. I know there's a summer camp in here somewhere. If I'm wrong, fuck you. Shut up. That's what the movie should have been. It should have been Wet Hot American Summer with a Cocaine Bear. That's my opinion.
Okay.
So I don't know how right I am. I'm rambling. The cocaine, the bear finds the cocaine. Ray Liotta dies, and then some of them die, and then they fight the bear, and the bear dies at the very end. Not by them, but by an overdose. How close am I?
You're like 95%.
No, you're like six. That's a
it's
lot.
more
you're
than
like
60.
Right.
40%.
45 is more than that.
How good did I get the intro though?
You got the beginning.
That was 100%. That was like 100%. Well, no, and you got 95%.
You got like another detail or two, right? So you're like almost halfway percent. Like,
hey, this is
a lot. I'll give you like a 60%.
So what I'm hearing is someone on Four Loko could have written this movie.
Yeah,
someone on Four Loko did write this movie.
Oh, sour.
That's crazy, bro. You basically got it. I mean, we're not going to talk about. Cool. I mean, should we talk about spoilers or no? I mean, it doesn't really matter. There's really nothing to spoil. Like,
let me put it this way: like, it's a movie based on a true story. Now, in reality, this bear that did the cocaine in the 80s in the real life, it died. Yeah, it died in like 10, 15 minutes. So that rampage it went on, it was like running and it was like boop, 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 done, over.
Yeah.
But
this bear,
in those 10, 15 minutes, that bear
was the apex predator of the world,
machine on the fucking planet.
And that's only because I hadn't been born yet. It's the only reason.
You got. I think, like, all seriousness, like all joking aside, it's a dog shit movie. Like, it fucking sucks. It's like the writing's really bad. It's directing. Like Elizabeth Banks did not do that terrible a job, if I'm completely honest.
Better or worse than Creed 3? Prediction, go.
Directing wise, it'd be worse than Creed 3, I think. But so? yeah. But and I don't think and that's coming from a guy who doesn't.
Is over. It's the day after.
No, it's not.
No.
That's coming from a guy who doesn't think Jonathan Majors is going to be a good director. But I think he's going to do a good job.
Jonathan Majors? You mean Michael B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan is not. I don't think he's going to be a good director.
He's corny.
But I do think he's corny. But Elizabeth Banks didn't do that bad. I think the source material is stupid. The script is horrendous and atrocious. But what I will commend the movie on is that everybody in the movie knew what movie they were in.
Exactly.
There wasn't even Kerry Russell. Like, there wasn't a performance in the movie that I was like, this feels out of place because they're taking it way too serious. No. I mean, Ice Cube was Ice Cube Jr. in every fucking movie he's in, and it pisses me off.
He's the same character he was in Andor.
Except for the only movie that he was different was in Straight Outta Compton. That's because he's playing his dad. That's the only reason why.
Sure. Other than that, he's been the same in Andor. He was the same in fucking was he in Kong?
No. You're confusing him with the other guy from Straight Outta Compton.
He was in Godzilla, wasn't he?
No, you're confusing him with guy from Bullet Train.
Anyway, he was in. I'm not confusing him because Brian Tyree Henry's good, but he was in Bullet. He was in
Den of Thieves.
Andor. He was in Den of Thieves. He was in Logan Lucky.
Mm-hmm. He's in Logan Lucky.
Yes, and he's the same fucking character in every movie he's in, and it pisses me off.
He wasn't. No, you're right. He wasn't Godzilla. He wasn't Godzilla.
Who was he?
I just remember. Yeah, he was at Jackson Barnes, the police officer, the chief warrant officer.
Yeah,
I don't watch that.
Anyways, he was the worst part of this movie by far for me. But everybody else, I think Alden Ehrenreich was fucking hilarious. He was funny as shit.
I love Alden.
He kills it.
Best Han Solo.
That's my Han Solo right there.
Hot take. That movie fucks. We need a sequel, and he was amazing. All you Star Wars haters and Solo haters can suck my fucking dick. That movie is great.
Why don't you get some bitches and stop worrying about fucking Han Solo?
And some bricks and screws.
Good
Get
Lord.
your ass on.
Please speak to a woman as soon as possible. Please.
Touch some grass, my guy.
Please.
But yeah,
I am begging. I am on my knees begging. Go outside.
Alden Ehrenreich was. I thought he was hilarious. Kerry Russell was really good. I think she was the most grounded of all the performers, but she was still kind of funny and self-referential. She understood the tone of the movie that she was in. The supporting cast was great. They were all funny. The kids were really good. So the performances weren't bad. It was good. They understood the material. They understood the tone. But the script, I don't know, man. What's up?
Do we think this is Ray Liotta's magnum opus?
No.
Goodfellas, bro.
Definitely. No, of course. That motherfucker was in Goodfellas. Get out of here. That's the peak of his career.
Here's the real question. Was the writing in this movie better or worse than Ant-Man 3?
At least it's all you. You know, I'm an Ant-Man apologist.
Was the writing better?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
Was the direction? Yes.
Keep in mind the line where don't be a dick, MODOK. Just chill out. And that caused him to completely change who he was. Keep that in mind. Is it still better or worse?
At the risk of us diving into a Marvel tangent, I think Jeff Loveness should not be allowed to write shit ever again for Marvel.
He's gonna write King Dynasty, so
fire him right now. Stop this.
So good
at
luck
the risk of losing our Disney bag,
Marvel.
Fire him.
Marvel, I will work for a protein bar and $12 a day just so this movie doesn't end up like WrestleMania. Please.
I'll work for a bottle of Casamigos and a patty milk.
Anyways, I think. Look, I don't. Do I think Cocaine Bear is a good movie? No, absolutely not. I think
it's a good date movie.
Yes, it is a good time and it's fun. Okay. And I do think it's the exact same thing we said whenever Megan came out. Was that I think there's a place.
Megan was good though.
Megan was a banger. Megan made me laugh.
Good. It was fun.
Megan made me laugh.
Sure, it's a fun time.
If it makes me laugh, it's a good, fun time. That means the movie is good. That's why I fucking love Spider-Man 3.
Okay. Listen,
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Let's go back to what I was gonna say. Was that I do think that there's a place in
Matt, you look like Blade right now.
That's racially motivated.
It's Black History Month.
What did he say? What did he say in the beginning of the movie? Motherfucker, are you out of your mind? Motherfucker, you
no, Matt. This is a compliment. The fade and the glasses.
Yeah.
Bro, I was 2 seconds away from getting that design. When I told my barber, bro, I said, fade me up, bro. I said, do it. Then I was like, dang. I was like, what should I do with my hair?
You could have been.
I'm getting here like a new Jack City.
Been rehearsal as stunt double.
I can be. And I was gonna get I was gonna get the M'Baku. You know how his goes like in a curve. I was like, I'm 2 seconds away from being Winston Duke right now. I'll do it.
Y'all good? Y'all done with y'all's tangent?
I'm done with my tangent.
Yeah, sorry. I was gonna say back that there's a place for these movies to exist, like movies that aren't necessarily good, but that are fun and they're a good time.
That's what
I think Cocaine Bear falls right there, right with Megan, right with like
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, plane, beast, stuff like that. You know, like
what do we say that the other day?
Movies.
The dog water cinematic universe, the dog shit cinematic
dog
universe.
Shit cinematic
It
universe.
fits right in.
DSCU.
It fits in, yeah.
Put it with the fucking It movies.
What would you rate it out of 10, Matt? Considering you've seen it.
Boy, a solid 3 or 4. Like
it's bad, bro. It's trash.
But
it's
fun. Here's why. Because we knew it was gonna be shit. I just didn't know how shit it was gonna be. Right now, here's what could have saved it: if they made it an actual horror film where that bear, all the beginning, they keep the beginning of the movie, right? The cocaine bags drop down. The bear gets coked out, and it takes off. And it just tears up the town. It doesn't stay only in the forest. It escapes into like the city, and they're over here trying to catch it. And they're like, "How do we stop the bear? It's coked out. It's doing all this crazy stuff." I know it seems really simple and really cliche, but that would have made it much better.
But I see. I
and make it gory.
I don't think it was gory. It was gory. It was gory.
Make it more gory.
No, it was really gory. I don't think making it something that other than what it was would have worked. I think leaning into the absurdity of it, kind of like the fact that this is an absurd idea and concept and is inherently funny, I think worked perfectly. It's a fucking bear that's on cocaine that kills people. That's ridiculous.
Were you about to say Care Bear?
I was gonna. It's a fucking bear that's on cocaine. Yeah, cocaine bear. That's on cocaine. I'm drunk. I'm sorry. It's a bear that's on cocaine that's killing people. Like that's an absurd premise for a movie. And I think the only way to tackle a plot like that is by making it absurd, making it funny, and making it ridiculous, and leaning into those aspects of it. If you take any ounce, yes, they did.
Okay,
but I'm saying that Matt's saying it would have worked better if it was a horror movie. I think if
that's
it
just
me. Horror comedy, maybe.
That's exactly what I mean. Yeah. That's kind of what it is.
It has to keep its comedy. It has to keep comedy in there because it's a fucking cocaine bear. It's a
front and center as a comedy. Yeah.
It felt like a comedy with a dash of horror. That's what it felt like to me. Like it was funny, and they're trying to make it funny, but then there's like little bloody scenes here, and I was like,
it was like an actual comedy.
Does the bear ever wear sunglasses?
No,
like in the they have a statue of the cocaine bear, and he's wearing sunglasses and a chain
and that hat.
Me personally, if I was the director, I would have worked that in. But I'm not fucking.
I will give it credit. I do think the CGI bear looks kind of okay for most. Like it doesn't look terrible for most of the movie. I think it looks pretty good.
As long as it looks better than the Scorpion King, it's fine.
It does, and so it does, and so,
yeah, that's cool.
And Heimdall's son.
I'm not watching Cocaine Bear to see a fucking realistic
Shawshank Redemption.
Like, who cares?
Agreed. Yeah.
I agree. Let's have some fun. Let's see a fucking cocaine bear bite Ray Liotta's leg off or something. I
agree. And look, and this goes to speak exactly like what kind of a place in movie going like culture these kind of movies have. Me and my girlfriend went to watch Cocaine Bear. The theater was full.
Mine too. The entire theater was full.
There was a lot of people who went to go watch that shit. Me and Gerardo,
baby.
Me and Gerardo went to go watch a movie. We went to go watch a movie called Close, which is nominated for Best Foreign Film.
Smallest theater in the place. There's like maybe 25 seats. Like honestly, 20 or 30 seats.
And there was how many of us? Like 5?
There was 6 of us, I think.
6 of us.
And 2 of the people at the end walked in on accident.
See, so there you go. So it's like
they're not seeing the vision.
And look, and that's fair. Like that's understandable. I get it. Like you people have selective watching nowadays, right? It's like I don't have any time. Like my time is limited and it's golden. So it's like I want to watch very specific things. People aren't going to watch a drama about 2 kids, 2 boys, a coming of age story and about friendship and loss. Like no one wants to watch
subtitles at the same time.
Exactly.
It's not for everybody.
It's not. And so they're gonna be like, I'm gonna go watch that fucking movie about a bear that does cocaine and kills people. Like, or that dancing robot that looks stupid.
Yeah.
Go watch that shit, So and I think that's
what dancing robot? Oh, Megan, yeah.
Megan. So it's like I think that's a completely different conversation altogether about like the state of movie going and like
streaming.
Capital C Cinema and stuff like that. Like but
shout out
like I'm
Chris
saying,
Ryan.
no, and I love like stuff like that. But I'm saying like, but I also like stuff like this. That's what I'm saying. That it does hold. It is very important, and I think that movies like this should get made because people, at the end of the day, cinema and movies are entertainment, right? And you want to entertain people, so you want to make movies that are fun and that people want to
go to, and that also keep the fucking theaters afloat. Because
Thank
without
you.
Cocaine Bear, without Megan, Parasite doesn't fucking make money. Closer doesn't make money. Like these small
Tar
movies
doesn't make money.
Tar didn't make money regardless.
Fablemans.
I never watched it, but
flopped. It flopped.
I heard it's
Empire of Light.
Flopped.
Never seen it.
Though I was gonna say The Whale, but I mean everyone liked that.
Flopped.
I mean,
The Whale I think did
good.
The Whale I think made money considering its limited release.
And
did very well.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
It's more low.
But yeah, that's the point.
I'd say like Tar probably. That's a guess.
But
I don't know.
That's the point. That's a very good point that you're making. Like, there's movies that are really these niche art style films that you have to be a certain type of person to enjoy. Then there's the general audience who just wants to turn their mind off after going to work.
Yeah,
Just watch something stupid. Then there's us who happen to be, able to analyze all. So,
or you're going on a date and you're not thinking about the fucking movie. All right,
right.
You got other shit to worry about. So you go watch Megan.
And I think what people's hostility towards like these kinds of movies comes from is the fact that the market is like oversaturated with like IP
superhero films and
out the fucking ass, right? And we're seeing a dip in quality in that. We're just like people are like focusing too much on like IP. So Star Wars was a big problem, stuff like that, like things that already have a built-in audience. And I do think that's an issue. But again, that's a conversation for another day. But I do think like quote unquote like original movies like this that are whose purpose it is to be fun and dumb and a good time, and you get the audience laughing or cringing or whatever, all that like a unique communal experience. I think that's worth something, and I do think that that's so for whatever, regardless of what people feel about this movie or what they take away from Cocaine Bear, I do think it's just a part of the like
zeitgeist.
Part of the game, the zeitgeist.
The zeitgeist. I like that word.
Yeah, and continue making dog shit movies that are fun and a good time because we love them, and it's a part of.
And in the end, we need asses and seats in order to get the masterful, the artful movies.
Yeah.
In order for those movies to even have a fucking theater to play in, we need Cocaine Bears. We need Megans, and we need Ant-Mans. Regardless of how much quality they are lacking, they are necessary.
Because they make money.
Because they make money. People don't always want to fucking have an existential crisis about two little kids and how their lives are going to go from this point on.
It's a business at the end of the day, right? It's a business. Right? It's supposed to. It's like that conversation about because we follow people on Twitter, head out of our night, mutual people, oftentimes bitch about actors working in the MCU, and it's like I understand, like people are like Jonathan Majors is going to be wrapped up in an MCU film for the next 10 years. What the fuck? And it's like, guys, listen, it's like you understand that at the end of the day, like acting is a profession.
The man
has a job. To eat. Motherfucker got to pay bills. He's got like a daughter.
Hollywood is not cheap.
Exactly,
he's pay his mortgage.
Exactly, just like me.
In order for him to make stuff like Magazine Dreams and Last Black Man in San Francisco, I will not get mad at him for playing Kang and doing Creed because that's a motherfucking bag, and he needs to get paid. So it's like, why can't?
What did he say in the trailer? What did he say in the trailer? I'm coming for everything. That's exactly. Come for everything, Jonathan.
People are forgetting that actors tend to do actors and directors. They do one for me, one for them.
Mm-hmm.
You make good, artful movies. Yes, they don't make money. They always flop. They get an Oscar. But you make some dog shit ass, rank, rancid ass, stinky, rusty, dusty, musty, crusty ass movie.
Shitty booty ass.
It makes so much money. And that's what matters. Because you need to have a balance.
And Viola Davis even said something like, I was just saying, Viola Davis said something like, even not all her roles are Oscar worthy. That's the point. Yes. Do different things. See put yourself in different roles. See where your range is. Don't be typecast and stuck in one role just because you're, I don't know.
Right, but
I'm
that's
trying to think of
something
one.
that's outside of the actor's control, really. Is like being typecast.
Well, I mean,
We're talking-
okay. Let me retract typecasted. But like, don't be the same. Don't play the same role over and over again. Jason Statham, action star. I don't think I would ever see him in anything other than an action movie. The Rock, he literally plays himself every movie.
Ryan Reynolds.
Where's the range?
Jackson Jr.
Where's the range, bro? Give us the range. We're trying to see.
Ryan Reynolds is also very good at rom-coms. I like Just Friends.
He plays himself in the same. I love that movie. Okay, well look,
Great time.
The proposal? You talking about the proposal?
No, but
I like
I
Just
think
Friends. That's a banger. Netflix.
But I think that's a very good. I think that's a very good point that you make, Fabio. Is that
Excellent
it is
point.
necessary, right? Like movie theaters and the movie making business in Hollywood is that a business, and it needs to make money. And regardless of how artists, right? Because these people are artists. Regardless of how you feel about movies like Megan and Cocaine Bear and horror movies that make a fuck ton of money, Scream, for example, is super. And regardless of how you feel about these in regards to artistic merit, quote unquote artistic merit, like they make money, and at the end of the day, that's the reason why studios like Warner Brothers and Universal want to take risks with auteur driven art house movies and smaller house cinema movies and stuff like that. It's a balancing act, and it's part of this business and this world that is Hollywood and filmmaking. And so, like I said, I think humans contain multitudes. Like I can enjoy a movie like Tar and Banshees of Inisherin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also Cocaine Bear and like the Marvel MCU movies, right? And also still like Close and EO,
The Menu,
and Navalny and The Menu and stuff like that. Like you can like these things. And I don't think we should be as fucking confrontational about these kinds of things. It's kind of ridiculous to me. But
Speaking
that
of
goes to go.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Sorry,
go
for
ahead.
it.
No, because it's about to.
I was going to say, but that goes to that. I think that's a very important. That goes to speak for the next movie that we're about to talk about as well, which I think
The Best of Both Worlds.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it
before-
falls right in the middle of this conversation we're about to have.
But before that, speaking of the business side and Universal taking a chance on now the dog shit cinematic universe. So Cocaine Bear actually did make 23.1 million at the box office on opening
On a
weekend.
budget of?
On a budget of, I forgot to Google the budget before I did my research for this episode. I'm sorry, guys, I failed. I was busy trying to find out which Four Loko flavor would be best for this episode. Anyways, yeah, shout out Four Loko. It made 23.1 million in opening weekend, and then it made let's see.
The budget is currently at 20 million.
It grossed $32 million.
It broke even.
Came out this past weekend. It's
Yeah,
only
it
going to
broke
be more
even.
money.
$32 million.
Because I'm gonna see it again. I'm gonna see the
I
sequel.
still need to see it.
I'm gonna see the
It
sequel.
cost
We need to see.
Cocaine Bear
Cocaine Bear X Megan.
reportedly.
I'm ready.
I need to see Percocet Panther.
Cocaine Bear reportedly cost
I
$35
need to see Fentanyl
million,
Ferret.
and it's
Fentanyl
made.
Ferret. I
It's
need to
made.
see
30
what's it called? Meth
that Martin?
Mongoose.
That's Martin McDonough's next trilogy, right?
Percocet Panther.
He said, "Look at the inner city struggle."
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, he's Irish. How do Irish people speak, Luis?
Oh, look at the inner city struggle.
Oh, the inner city struggle. Luis, he's not listening.
I think he's frozen.
No, he
Dang.
is focused.
He's in the quantum realm.
He is moving. He is looking something up.
What just happened?
It's going.
He gave
just
up.
got bouncing.
He gave up. Oh,
He just got yeeted. Yo,
out of existence. There he
he
is.
just got yeeted. Hey, welcome back.
This poor man.
What just happened?
I don't know, man. My internet was acting up apparently.
This fucking
So for those of y'all watching or listening,
Luis abandoned
Yeah,
us.
Luis got Thanos snapped out of the frame. Oh, he pulled a Gerardo from his first appearance with that Anthony Ramos, and he disappeared.
What's the last
This
thing
is
y'all heard
great.
about me? What's the last thing y'all heard me say?
That you love Ant-Man 3.
That's not possible. That must have been another timeline because
We were ad libbing about Martin McDonough's new trilogy about what was it? Percocet pen.
We're talking about the sequel to.
Okay,
we're talking
Martin better not ever stoop that low, please, for the love of God.
Whoa. Low.
The last thing I was trying to say was that Cocaine Bear had a budget of $35 million.
I thought it was 20.
It's made 32, so it's gonna break even.
And what least. I was saying is that it can only grow at this point.
Yeah,
like it's got it.
That means if you're a loyal fan of ours, or listener,
$1 billion, you know. But
I forgot what the statistic was, that movies tend to make 90% of their budget like within the first, I don't know, X amount of days. So it's made most of the money it's going to make throughout its entire run this opening weekend. But the fact that it's basically broken even for a movie about a bear that ingested cocaine is crazy. You know,
because people want to have fun. People want to have dumb fun. Like I said, you come home from work, you know, you're tired from your job. You don't have the capacity to analyze something so in depth and critical. You just want to turn your brain off, watch a stupid ass movie, drink an overpriced drink, eat a $13 box of popcorn, and just have fun.
No. You sneak a McChicken inside your pocket, and then you go in the theater. Come on.
Like, I wasn't going to say that because my Cinemark contract is on right now.
Do. They didn't bother paying me, so I'm gonna say it out loud.
It's like I'm too busy worrying about my divorce and getting fired from work. How am I going to pay my rent? The last thing I want to do is, like Fabio said, have an existential crisis in the middle of this fucking movie theater. Let me watch this bear eat motherfuckers.
Yeah, and then I'll focus
about my mom having dementia later. You know, like
some days you just don't want to sob in the theater. Some days you do, and when you do, magical.
It hits,
right? It hits.
Beautiful.
I don't cry.
Other days,
I don't
you just
cry.
want to watch a giant ant fucking throw down a tower. All right, that's all you need. And I think there's a time and place for both of those movies in the theater, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
Agreed.
Nature.
And then there's, like you were saying, like y'all said earlier, there's a movie that's a happy medium, a very good balance of you know. This or that, and that's what we're about to see this week. Coming up this week, Creed 3. Y'all already know I'm about to. I'm my shield check coming in this week for sure. I am Jonathan Major's #1 fan. That's my best friend. He don't know it yet, but that's my best friend. We work out every day. We got the same workout plan. You see it. Like, I got the same haircut. Like, that's my boy. It's my guy. Jonathan, when you hear this episode, come on down to the Podtastic Four and talk to us. We would love to have you. Michael B. Jordan, you can come too and talk about your directorial stuff and how high school that girl called you corny. We can bully her. We can bully her for you, bro. We can get her for you. This man was
on The Wire. He was being called corny. I just think we need to point that out. That's insane.
That's wild.
He was on a very, very popular show. And like, this guy's named Michael Jordan. What a bitch.
Like, I know, right? They're here trying to sun him.
Pussy.
Motherfucker he's making money and he's on TV. Corny. That's crazy.
That's insane.
We need to find her. She's lucky that I'm not even
than me.
She's lucky that I'm a super hater.
She better than
hating
me.
Hating is not a job. It's not a profession. It's a lifestyle. I wake up in the morning and I wake up with no alarm because I'm fueled by my hatred, bro. I wake up. Kang, you think Kang is a real menace? You need to worry about me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
if
me.
I was in the
MCU,
all three of us. If we were in the MCU,
hater?
Boy,
I'm a lover.
It would be reps. Anyways, I beat the brakes off all the Avengers just off of my hatred alone. I wouldn't even do anything. I wouldn't even lift the phone.
Anyways, Creed 3.
Creed 3. I'm so sorry.
Creed Chapter 3.
So we're about to see the third installment of the Creed series. After what? How many Rocky movies have we had? 5, 6, 7? 5, right? It should be 5. Oh, it's the Rambo movies are like, no, they're all doing all. Anyways, blah 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 blah.
He's got anthologies of all of them. He's a goat.
The Rocky cinematic universe going on, right? The boxing cinematic universe. We got Creed now. Creed is now into its third installment, and this is probably going to be one of my favorite ones because my homeboy is in it. Jay Money, Jonathan Majors is in it. He's playing Damian Anderson. I'm just hyped, bro. I'm hyped. I've been waiting for this day. We've seen Jonathan Majors I've seen him in Devotion, Lovecraft. We've seen him in Ant-Man 3. We're going to see him in Magazine Dreams. We're going to see him in this. this is his year to eat, to cook, to just go off. That's my guy.
He's ready. I can tell.
He's ready. He's just like me, 100%. Winning. He's that guy. He's him. He's him. The star factor. The star factor. That's my twin for real. You see that? You know what I'm saying? That's twin. And then Creed is coming out now. And then Magazine Dreams. Perfectly. You can't plan this type of thing. This just happened in the right time, the right moment. And I'm like I said, y'all know me. That's like I said, that's my boy. That's twin. I'm excited to see him just kill this role. I kind of hope, and this is just me rooting for Jonathan. I kind of hope he beats the shit out of Michael, about Adonis, because I know the story's gonna be cliche. He's gonna be getting beaten up for 9 rounds or whatever, and then he's gonna come back and win, and everyone's gonna be like, "Yay, Adonis Creed!" I'm like, I kind of hope it's the opposite. He loses, he gets beat to shit. And then he kind of like has a more humbling, humanizing experience. But that's yet to be seen. We'll see how this movie goes. You heard it here first.
And then we see him in Creed 4.
Exactly.
Yes.
Let us cook. Let us cook, because that's perfect. That's perfect.
I haven't seen either of them.
So mm-hmm. His big moment. Mm-hmm.
That's all you need, baby. Hey, that's all you need. My man was fucking Jack for Black Panther. Don't you forget.
That's Killmonger. That's my Killmonger right there. Boy said
Killmonger was right.
Absolutely.
Hey, auntie.
100%. Nah, bro. Him in Black Panther 2, I was like, yes. If I took the heart-shaped herb and I went back there, I'm sorry, Namor, you're done. I would have killed you straight up. I would have came back and just not even wasted time. Dead.
What do you mean?
You're finished.
Me and Namor would have been a fucking team, bro. What
no,
are you
talking about? He's talking about the vengeance for his mother's death. He's talking about the vengeance for Queen Ramonda's death.
Killmonger doesn't have a mother.
He's talking about vengeance for Queen Ramonda's death. That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
Ramonda,
if I was talking about just pure vengeance,
hot take. Rest in piss. That's a monarch. We don't fuck with that.
Bro, boo, get him out of here. That's auntie.
Nah. Don't fucking play with me. Are you defending monarchy right now? To my face?
I'm defending my auntie, bro.
To my face. Oh yeah, I love her as a person.
That's the only queen that we stand. If we're talking about queens in general, power
purely through birthright and through marrying T'Chaka, no.
Technically, technically?
Okay, go ahead.
Technically,
let's hit the technicalities.
In the world of Wakanda, anyone can become royalty.
Fact.
You have to challenge for the throne and the mantle of Black Panther. So
did she?
That's on whoever. Who never.
The question is,
whoever didn't challenge T'Chaka the right way.
The question is, did she earn that power over all those people? She's a monarch.
No, that's a question. That's if she was married to. T'Chaka before or after the challenge.
I am not about to defend a monarchy in front of you. No, that's not going to happen. I know
I'll defend that monarchy.
You just did. No,
I won't defend imperial nations. That's for sure. Sorry to our UK fans, bro. I have no love for England and the Queen. I have love for England as like the stuff that goes on there, like football. The way y'all be chanting the soccer game,
way y'all eat beans on toast. That's pretty cool.
Eating bangers and mash. Be going down to the pub for a pint. Yeah, I'm down
like
for
y'all
that.
In World War II
as far as
pretty cool.
As far as the Queen, and all that shit, I'm sorry, bro. Much love to the UK mandem, but nah.
UK mandem.
Nah. The mandem. What were we talking about?
I don't know, man. My fucking Wi-Fi booted me, and I came back, and y'all talking about monarchies for some reason.
Okay, so we were talking about, if I remember right, Michael B. Jordan and Creed.
Oh, that's true.
You're right.
I was going to bring up a point. So you said you hadn't seen Creed 2. Think of Creed 2 as like a its own version of Rocky 4, because Creed does fight even Ivan Drago's son.
Got it. Razor Fist.
Razor Fist. Yeah, Razor.
Yo,
that's Razor Fist. When I saw that, I was like, when I saw Shang-Chi, I was like, wait a minute, this Killmonger, that's Razor Fist. Whenever we have the inevitable multiverse shit going on in the MCU and they cross paths, I need them to make a reference. Yes. If they don't, Marvel has dropped the ball. They've lost the plot, and I am still gonna watch the movies, but I'm gonna be upset.
Hate to break it to you, Marvel Ben lost the plot, Ben dropped the ball. So there's that.
after Endgame, I mean, what the hell has they done?
So do y'all think
that's another discussion for another day? What
could they do? They could have hired me and had a successful Phase 5, but no, they decided not to.
No, what they should have done was put us in the production, the writers' room for sure, because we would have cooked. And they need to bring my boys from Winter Soldier, Stephen Marcus and Christopher McFeely, because they wrote a solid movie. No. You don't like that? You didn't like Winter Soldier?
It's good.
It's overrated. It's overrated.
What have they done?
Yeah,
it's better than Jeff Loveness in Ant-Man 3.
It's not better than what I could write. That I can tell you for sure.
Yeah. Let me write the Namor solo movie right the fuck now.
Yo,
let's do it. Gonna be a whole lot of Namor dick. It's done.
Full frontal.
Let's go. Full frontal. Tenoch Huerta, full frontal. I promise you that put button seats. Eternals had the first Marvel sex scene. I'm about to have the first Marvel sex scene.
Full frontal.
Full front. Non-simulated.
It's Speaking just as a person, every woman I know would go to watch that
Loves
movie.
him. Yeah, I know.
Would watch that movie. That man, icon.
And speaking for me,
King.
I would go watch that movie.
Yeah, I'd watch it twice. I can't front.
Yeah, 3 times. But
These
no, I
people
think
these people don't call him king. They call him Kukulkan.
Kukulkan.
No, hold on.
The FedEx
They don't call, his soldiers do not call him king or general. They call him a Kukulkan, the feather serpent god.
There you go.
Killing him would risk eternal war.
Let's go.
That's so good. That's it.
Baku Waku in the cut.
Do your name more impression, Fabio.
Huh?
Do your name more impression.
I don't have a name.
have
more
muscle.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
That boy came up and said, bury your dead, mourn your losses. You are queen now. I was like, oh, he said that. Oh, I was like, yo, that's hard as fuck.
As a light-skinned Hispanic man, I don't feel comfortable making that accent. I will feel like I will be targeted, rightfully so, by my brown brothers and sisters.
Good shit.
I can't do that.
He said,
Not a good faith. Luis, by all means, you go ahead.
My enemies don't call me. What was he say?
he said, hold on, I got you.
Let me cook. I'll do it. No,
my people call me Kukulkan.
But my enemies
call me Namor.
My people call me.
Yeah, he did that.
But my enemies
Kukulkan.
call me Namor.
But my enemies call me Namor.
Oh my god!
Fire, bro. Fuck it. And then what did they do?
Goated.
And then what did they do?
Goated.
Proceed to call him Namor
for the rest of the movie.
Call him Kukulkan.
Namor.
Yeah. Namor.
Roll the motherfucking R.
Namor.
King.
Just like.
Anyways, Creed 3. Is Creed 3 gonna fuck or not?
Is Creed 4 gonna have?
Yeah.
I'm asking.
Ooh, no, hold on. So let's do the Creed 3 thumbs up, thumbs down, because the Creed 4 I have an idea.
Creed 3.
What you just said, I have a solid idea. Creed 3.
I haven't seen any of them, but I think it's gonna be fun.
They're on HBO.
Max, the first 2.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just added them to my watch list.
Yep,
they're good. The first one's good.
What you just said about Tenoch being in a potential Creed 4. So hear me out.
Manny Pacquiao's
Hear me out. Let me cook. I was gonna say like a Canelo or like a Oscar De La Hoya.
Canelo, what's his name? Is it Ortiz or Lopez? Who's the boxer?
What are you talking about?
There's a boxer named Gerardo.
Julio Cesar Chavez, the greatest Mexican boxer
That's
of
another
all
one.
time.
That's another one. Yes, he is, but there's a boxer named Gerardo.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know boxing like that.
My name's Gerardo, so I know.
I mean, there's so many.
No.
There's
Tenoch is too old to play a boxer.
I'm ready for my turn.
If we're gonna go for a young Mexican actor, Diego Calva from Babylon. I know you don't like it.
Fuck Babylon.
Thank
Babylon.
you.
Fuck Diego Calva. The movie's ass. I hope his career prospers because he's a young man and I love
amazing.
Him.
Real.
Diego Calva, amazing. He's a fantastic actor.
Not illegally. You can't do that. No.
You watched Babylon?
Yeah.
You didn't like it? Yeah,
I didn't finish it. I got bored.
I didn't like it either.
I got bored. And if I'm not paying for it, allegedly,
Margot Robbie, boy,
I'm not gonna finish that shit.
Diego Calva is really good in it, though. He's fantastic.
I wish
Margot Robbie, boy.
Margot Robbie, you can do better. Brad Pitt, you do you, I guess.
Abuser,
yeah, allegedly
abuser, not allegedly. Fuck him.
Please, no. Let's not get sued. Say allegedly now.
Sue me, bitch.
Allegedly,
sue me, Bradford Pitt.
He said allegedly.
Sue me, Bradford.
It's alleged.
It's alleged. He knows it's alleged. Let's not dwell on this further.
Hashtag we stand with Angelina.
There's a reason
I do stand with
Angelina,
Angelina.
him, bro.
Fuck Bradford Pitt.
Bradford.
Hey, speaking about Brad Pitt and his movies, boy, you know, how about Bullet Train, Bullshit Train?
Shut up.
Hey,
We've talked about how dog shit this movie is multiple times.
I just had to reference that again.
I didn't get to talk about it.
It's on Netflix.
It's ass.
There you go. That's it. That's all you got to know.
I didn't get to say my two
That's
pieces.
all you need.
It's dog shit.
Yeah, if you say anything other than it's dog shit, you're don't.
Wait. Hold on. Let's be fair.
Hold on.
Matthew, let me speak.
The good part.
Let him speak, Matt.
Go ahead. Cook.
Lemon and tangerine.
Yes, we talked about how.
Thank you. I was about to say that. That's what I was about to say.
I love them.
And I said this before. I'm gonna say it again. We need a lemon and tangerine prequel series.
Yes, a spinoff.
Them doing crazy, stupid shit.
Netflix. Get on.
Thank you.
No. Brian Tyree Henry's an Oscar-nominated actor. I don't need him doing another.
For what?
And Aaron Taylor Johnson is phenomenal. He's gonna be doing that Craven the Conservationist shit
for a movie called Causeway with J-Lo.
What's that?
Oh yeah,
so he plays a veteran.
J-Lo,
veteran in it.
J-Lo, Jennifer Lawrence and her. Bro, what's that movie with her and Chris Pratt?
Passengers.
I remember
the movie that made
J-Lo staying on Twitter.
The movie that ruined Anna Faris's and Chris Pratt's marriage.
Let's be honest.
Because Chris Pratt allegedly slept with Jennifer Lawrence while making that movie.
One, can you blame him?
Mm-hmm.
And two, that shit was probably happening for a while.
Ooh, I heard there's rumors that he's a serial cheater.
I heard about that too on TikTok.
You heard about that? Yeah, on TikTok.
He be cheating on
on TikTok.
Wait. You say he be cheating? He be cheating on cereal?
Allegedly,
he's a serial.
He be cheating on cereals?
No, he be cheating
on cereals like on Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
No, he cheats on his wives very often.
Cheerios.
We get it, Matt. No one laughed at the joke. You don't got to repeat it. No one laughed the first three times.
What else can you? That's for you. What else? What else can you expect from Hollywood's bad boy, Mario? Come on. It's Mario, dog.
Guys, how did we...
It's a me.
Relax.
A Mario.
When did we start talking? Is Creed 3 going to be good, yes or no?
Yeah, we give it a thumbs up.
It's going to be good.
Okay,
we give it a thumbs up.
Okay. That concludes today's episode.
It's going to be... Matter of fact, it's not even going to be good. It's not even just going to be good. It's not even just going to be good. It's going to be great because I'm going to see a phenomenal dynamic. We're going to really see... I feel like Jonathan Majors is going to force... He's gonna force Michael B. Jordan into his acting bag. He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to step.
No,
listen,
this is so fucking bad because of how good he is.
Jonathan Majors.
He's gonna have to step it up.
Jonathan Majors isn't a miracle worker. He's not a miracle worker. He can't fucking. That's like saying you can cure blindness. You can't, Matthew. You're not a miracle.
Mr. Beast said you can.
Maybe you can't.
I don't know. Either he makes Michael B. Jordan step his shit up, or Michael B. Jordan's gonna look really, really bad next to.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. He's gonna have to. He has to step up. Whatever, even if whatever it is, he has to step it up. Being next to Jonathan and acting next to such an actor of high.
But
caliber.
even then, Tessa Thompson is a phenomenal actress, and she blows him out of the water and whatever. But her character's so terribly written in the first Creed movie, she doesn't really have much to work with. I don't know how it works in the second one, but
you know how she is. You hyping up her fiance.
What about we're talking all this hype about Jonathan Majors?
Emotional support.
Watch him be in Fast 12. God, I'd lose
what you
my
just said.
shit.
I was about to say that. I was about to say that earlier.
We can do so much fucking better.
No,
Jason Momoa is one thing. Jonathan Majors is on a whole different.
I know.
That's not Jason Momoa. That's not Jason Momoa.
Clone.
That's Jason Momoa's evil clone. That's Jordan Momoa, bro. Look at him. He does not look like Jason. Is this jacked?
Why are you fat shaming?
I'm not fat shaming. I'm pointing out very obvious differences between two people. The cloning process went wrong. It's supposed to be a 1-for-1 clone. It's a 1-for-1.5. What happened? That's Jordan Momoa. That's Jordan Momoa, bro. He said he did have one. He did have one of the hardest lines I've heard in the trailer. That boy said, "Never accept death when suffering is owed." I was like, "Ooh, I might have to steal that. I might have to put
That's
that.
not Jason
Momoa. Put that in my book."
That's Jason Momoa with a Y. Jason Momoa.
Jordan Alvarez.
Jason Momoa. Anyways,
and then of course Dom is going to be running around there with his little cross chain and his black cut off shirt.
I think that's a good
about family.
I think that's a good cutoff point for the episode, Matthew. I think we
that is a good cutoff point.
Because look at who we haven't talked about.
No.
That's next week's episode. We're not talking about that right now.
See, that's coming up. That's coming up we had an episode coming up in a galaxy far, far away about Star Wars.
And
that's for
we have a
today's
Pedro
episode. That's a wrap.
episode as well. Next week.
Y'all are gonna love this.
I'm gonna win, by the way.
Y'all gonna love this. We got the Pedro episode coming up. We got Star Wars coming up. We got John Wick. We got Shazam coming up.
Anti-vax Sam.
We got Magazam.
Daily Wire Zam.
Gina Carano.
Zach Levi's gonna play Joe Biden in a biopic.
Oh no!
I hope so.
About Corona being released from a Wuhan lab. Zach Levi's gonna play the lead scientist in that movie.
In the China,
the whistleblower,
the China space balloon.
Yeah, the whistleblower,
the China surveillance balloon. I know we're about to close out this episode, but one last thing, man. Talk about career suicide. How can you kill your brand so fast?
Wait, how
in
can
such
you?
a short amount of time?
What career? How can it be career suicide if you don't have a career?
Can I be honest?
Got him.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
When I think about Zachary Levi,
Chuck.
I don't think about Shazam.
I think Big Mama's House too.
Big
Mama's House too.
Yeah. I know him from. That man is a nobody. Fuck that guy.
That's what I'm saying. How can you How can you have career suicide when you don't have a career to begin with?
He's had 3 movies. Big Mama's House 2.
No, he was in
Shazam.
He was in
2.
No, and he was Fandral in Thor.
Who?
But that boy got killed in the Warriors. That boy got packed out.
Who?
That boy got packed out.
Who?
Who else?
Fandral.
No one be cosplaying as him, so he doesn't count. Who?
Who else?
Who? Nobody.
That boy Fandral.
Next. Even what's her name? The girl.
Kurt Warner.
The girl? That movie looked like dog shit,
Which
bro.
one?
He played a football player.
The Underdog Story.
Yeah, it looked like a Christian movie.
It was.
Hey, not too much heat on my Christian movies, bro. That's gonna be my breakout. I know it.
It's gonna be your breakout.
I'm gonna be a reformed alcoholic or some shit.
Okay, Father Stu head ass.
Get that man, Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
This is an anti-Mark Wahlberg podcast. Fuck him.
Did y'all know that Zachary Levi was in Alvin and the Chipmunks?
No, who was he?
Who? He was Alvin?
No, that's Jake Long.
No,
Jake
he
Long
was
Alvin.
Toby. He was Toby Seville. Holy shit! He was Flynn Rider in Tangled. My life has been changed drastically.
I liked Flynn. What a shame.
Flynn's an anti-vaxxer. Y'all didn't see that coming?
I didn't notice it.
Bro, he's okay. Hear me out. Hear what I'm about to say, bro. You know that movie, Spy Kids, the series?
No.
He's gonna be in Spy Kids. There's an upcoming Spy Kids movie. He's supposed to be in it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was also Larry Daly in Night at the Museum. Kamen Ra Rises Again.
What the fuck is that?
No way.
What is that?
The animated shit.
I didn't even know there was an animated show. Dog shit. Next.
On the
Just
tangent,
keep it that way.
Night at the Museum. We fuck with it, right?
Hell yeah.
They're fun movies.
Hard.
I love
The
those
first
movies.
movie,
Fuck.
so
Movies
hard.
fuck hard.
Second movie, hard.
Yeah, sure. The Egyptians don't look like Egyptians aside from
Rami Malek is literally of Egyptian descent. What are you talking
I
about?
literally said aside from Rami Malek, fucking Ben Kingsley was his dad. What I'm saying is,
Ben Kingsley looks more Egyptian than Rami Malek.
He's not Egyptian though. He's not.
I know, that's the point. I'm kidding.
Now, what was the other guy? Akamun Ra.
Oh yeah. Y'all know, you know, John Bernthal was in the music
in the first
too?
movie.
Who was
John Bernthal?
Which one?
He
The
was
second
he played
one?
Al
Who was he?
Capone.
He did.
That was,
oh my
it was
god!
one of his
did.
first roles.
Yo.
Yes. Holy
That's a
shit.
guy. Look, that's a guy who, speaking about MAGA, will not surprise me if one day he says some outlandish and MAGA shit, and he gets canceled.
He's the complete opposite, though. He's the complete opposite. He's actually the opposite.
He is a saint.
He's a good human being. He's a good.
I don't know, man. He be having Marines on his podcast, bro, and be like, "Yeah,
hey,
I agree."
Listen, some of those Marines are just trying to pay for their college. Okay,
I don't know.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know.
Let me live in
sounds like it's got a ring to it, man. I love him, but
Nah, he's a good dude.
Would surprise me if he's next in the Daily Wire's draft, or next Daily Wire draft prospect. You know?
No, man.
Hey,
I can't abide by this. John Bernthal, me and him.
That would be a good episode for draft episode. Daily Wire draft prospects.
Stop.
Actors that we think.
I don't want to do that.
Actors we think
attract the wrong
actors
people.
We think, actors we think would be.
I got one. It's what's his name? Who's the guy from Usual Suspects and Baby Driver?
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
No, he's gay. They wouldn't want him, so it cancels out.
Have you ever heard of Christian Walker?
Bro.
Kevin Spacey is also an abuse. I mean, allegedly.
No, it's not alleged. He is it's actual confirmed. He's an abuser like a mother.
Kevin Spacey pack, bro.
I'm trying to think.
He's not a bad Lex Luthor.
I still love him.
He's a phenomenal actor. He's a dog shit person. He's incredibly horrendous.
Like he's a shitty human being.
He's a dog shit person.
He's the opposite of Ansel Elgort.
Also an abuser.
A shitty human
also
being.
An abuser.
They're both bad.
And a shitty actor. Yeah. His best role is Baby Driver because he was quiet.
And John Bernthal was in that movie too.
He was in that movie.
That's true. Wasn't he wearing
the goat?
Wasn't he with
Jamie Foxx? The goat.
No, I think you mean the goat.
My
John
Electro.
Hamm.
Who?
Come on.
Did you know that he was in a fraternity?
Who? You want to name three John Hamm movies since Baby Driver? Confess, Fletch, and what else? And I bet you didn't even know that. I bet you didn't even know that came out after Confess, Fletch.
Top Gun Maverick.
Shit. Next, shitty role.
Top Gun Maverick.
What? Shitty role. Next.
You thought that was him as Admiral?
He was in Invincible 2 episodes.
Who was he in Invincible?
Black Mirror.
He was the White House security guard.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a cameo.
That's
though.
two.
I said
movies.
movies.
That's 2 roles. You said roles. You said roles.
Movies. I said movies.
Well, I'm changing it to roles. And 2. That's 2 for me.
Name the third. Got him. Next, John Hamm.
Hold on. Pause.
John Hamm is a career who should be. He's an actor who should be more successful than he is. He's attractive. He's talented.
That's true.
And he's funny. So he's like, he can do it all. He can do comedy, he can do drama, and he's a hot dude. So why has it not happened for him? I don't know. Question for another day, perhaps, but
that'd be a good little
episode.
Yeah, that'd be a good little episode.
I think speaking of episodes, we should end this one because it is going on forever. We should probably stop this.
Hey, that's what we do. We cook so well. If we can, we can split this up.
Four Loko.
No, we've really covered a lot. We've really had a solid chat, and we just want to take a second to appreciate everyone who listens to our podcast here on, be it on YouTube, be it on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, wherever you listen to this. Just thank you so much. But that is a wrap for today.
Thank you all to all our Parler fans.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. Did Matthew freeze?
Hey, boom, real quick.
Parler?
No, he was just shot.
No, I just pulled a Drax. I just pulled a Drax and stood very still.
Oh, it looked like you were frozen. That was good acting, Matthew.
Yeah, that was good acting. See, hey, Hollywood,
hit your boy up.
Bro. That facial expression, I said. Oh my gosh! No, for real. That's a wrap for today, y'all. We appreciate everyone watching or listening to our channel.
I want to
be sure to follow us on Twitter at the Podtastic 4 with the number 4, so you can stay tuned on everything coming up this year. What you got, Louis?
I want to say I apologize for the chaos of this episode, but also I don't apologize because we're having a good time.
I don't apologize.
Four Loko, sponsor us.
Yeah, and I want to say. Y'all make sure to follow my Instagram account _GEE_. Sponsored by Four Loko. I don't post anything, but if y'all want to see my unhinged stories, that's where to find them.
There you go.
Dope.
Love the shameless self plug. You love to see it.
The self promotion.
No shame. I don't know how to feel that.
That's the thing that again, not to go on another tangent, but that's the thing that separates us from most channels and most podcasts. We're very unique. We're very down to earth. We're real. We keep it real. REEL. Tweet us hashtag keep it real, like movie real. That was good too, right? You like that?
That's good. I like that one. Personally, I like that one. This is wrong.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, for real. Just tweet us hashtag keep it real at the Podtastic Four, the number 4. Follow us on Instagram. We're on every major social media platform. Hulk smash the MF like button. I need you to Hulk smash the MF like button. Show us how much you enjoyed this episode by leaving us a 5-star review. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like the amount of movies that we're going to get from Creed. Review wherever you listen to this podcast. Send our podcast and YouTube channel to your friends, family, coworkers. Post in your group chat. Send it to across the country. Send it across the world so we can keep this community growing and keep doing awesome stuff for viewers like you. We got many, many episodes coming up these next couple of weeks. March is about to be a loaded month, kicking off what's going to be one of the longest and busiest runs of this channel ever. And I'm saying that because we've never done a run like that before, because we've only been in business for 4 months?
What's the run?
Months? Yeah. Oh, dude, March, then April, kind of like, but May, June, July, August, September, October, all the way up into December. June. We're going to be going crazy. June is going to be our biggest month. We got Barbie. We got Oppenheimer.
That's July.
The Flash.
Oh, that's July. My fault. I'm confused. There's too much going on. The Four Lokos, Four Lokoing.
The Casamigos.
But yeah, just
the
Casamigos give me strength. I turn into a Black Panther.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
I don't want peace.
Yes, I don't want peace.
I want problems.
I want problems always.
This is unhinged. We need to cut it quick.
Basic donation right now.
Agu.
We really do. We really do.
Yes.
We really do have a lot of.
Yeah, because it was a Netflix movie, and it was right at the beginning of Netflix starting to get nominated for Oscars. So they didn't know how to feel about a streaming movie and a performance from a streaming movie being nominated. They didn't want it to be like a big shift in Hollywood. And look at where we are now. Apple TV Plus literally won. Apple TV Plus won Best Picture last year for a movie called Coda.
For what?
A movie called Coda.
I don't watch it. I don't watch it.
Anyway, sorry. Matthew, wrap it up.
Oh no, I was just saying we got so much stuff coming up. So everyone just stay tuned. Share this channel across to your friend groups across the world so we can continue growing. We're going to be doing more and more awesome stuff as time goes along. But thank you guys so much for staying tuned for this episode. We'll see you guys next time on the Podtastic Four. Peace.
Not this fucking guy.